Good evening, scholars. Welcome to another live PEP class. We're off to a very late start. Let me apologize for that. So we're going to go straight into our our ability test, and we're on the eve of the actual real life PEP ability test. So tomorrow, that's what March 24, will be the PEP ability test for grade 6. And so we're on the eve of that, and we're going to do 20 more brand new questions. So here is our schedule of events, of classes, and then we'll dive straight into the ability test. Hello CSEC math students, I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now, another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now, in this series, we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC Math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything, make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So, stay tuned. Hello scholars, did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand. All right, so okay, so we are ready. Aren't we ready? Good night to all my scholars in the chat, and good night to the scholars in the studio. So let me big up Nyla, Langot, Tajani, Kareem, Kashmar, Chrissy K, Andrely, welcome guys, Tayana, Jonathan, Latoya. And in studio we have Antoine, we have John, Amari, we have Coleman so far. So let me
Good
see.
evening, Miss.
Good evening, guys. Good evening. All right, so let's go, guys. Oh, there's something I need to do. And we also have Jer. Welcome, Jer.
Good night, Miss.
Good night. Sorry, before I'm sharing my screen. So it's gonna be the probability test. All right. Hi, Nia. Hi, Alyssa. Audit. So here we go, guys. Can you see the screen? PEP ability test 20 brand new, fresh, just out of the oven, fresh. 20 new questions. All right, prepared and presented by yours truly. So, Antoine, you're going to be reading the very first question. Go ahead, please. Mic check, Antoine. We're not hearing you, Antoine. No, we can't. Antoine, log off and come back. In the meantime, John, can you read question 1, please? John? What's happening with the mics today? Why am I not hearing my scholars today? Huh? Check it again, Antoine. Well, you know what, guys? Wow. I wonder if we have to log off and come back. Because it seems like something is wrong. It's not just you and Antoine. I'm not able to hear anyone. Coleman, can you hear me? Jer?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so Jer's mic is working, but I'm not able to hear from anybody else. Antoine, let me try Shalicia. Hold on. Shalicia, can you hear me?
Yes, miss. Good evening.
Good evening. John, log off, please come back. Antoine, log off and come back for me. All right. Jer, you go ahead and read question 1 for me, please.
Okay, miss. For items 1 to 4, select the word that best completes the statement. Number 1, above is to below, as exterior is to dash. A, outside, B, around, C, house, D, interior. For items 1 to 4, select the word that best completes the statement. Number 1, above is to below, as exterior is to dash, outside, A, outside, B, around, C, house, D, interior. Miss, I said,
Can you hear us, Miss?
Yes,
Please.
yes, John, I'm
Can
hearing
you hear
you.
us?
Hold on a bit. John, I'm hearing
Oh,
you now.
yeah,
Coleman,
yes.
Coleman, test your mic.
Miss, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Miss? I am hearing you.
Yes, I'm hearing everybody now. So far, so good. All right, go ahead, Jer.
Miss, I said the
Go
answer
ahead,
is
Jer.
interior.
All right. Explain why you say it's interior.
Miss, because the example that they gave says above is to below. So, miss, above is on top and below is at the bottom. So it's opposite, miss, opposite from each other. So when something is exterior, it is outside. When something is interior, it's inside. So they're opposites.
All right, that's absolutely right. So that's D. Oh my goodness gracious. Everybody in the chat is saying D, interior. That one was what? Too easy, huh? Everybody says interior. I need to step my game up, right, guys? I'm giving you baby questions. I'm not even going to read the names for this one because every single person is saying interior. It's like they're saying, oh, miss, please, come on. Are you really giving us this easy thing? That's what you guys saying? Is miss really giving us this easy thing? All right, so interior is the answer for that one. And now we go to John. John,
Miss, can you hear us?
yes.
Miss? Number 2, withdraw is to dash as agreement is to discord. Number 2. Number 2, withdraw is to dash
Withdraw
as
is to.
agreement is to discord. A deduct, B deposit, C cancel, D lend. A deduct, B deposit, C cancel, D lend.
So, which one for this?
Miss, if John doesn't answer for it, no.
Hold on. Allow John. Allow John. I'm sure John knows this one, right, John?
Yes.
Or you want Amari to pitch in? You want Amari to take it from
No.
here, John?
No. Missy doesn't want me to take the answer because he'll feel embarrassed when I answer it correctly.
He won't be embarrassed. He'll be proud. He'll be proud that his little brother
No, Miss.
is.
I won't be proud of it.
So, John, go ahead because I see some answers blazing in the chat. So it look like everybody don't figure out this one as well. So what you saying for this, John?
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna let Amari go ahead. Go ahead, Amari. Let me hear what you're saying.
Okay, Miss. Miss, I would say deposit.
Because
Miss, I say deposit.
because
Miss, because it says withdraw, Miss.
and withdraw means what?
Miss, when like you taking away something, like you taking away.
Okay. Take something out. And what does deposit mean?
Miss, deposit means like Miss a sum of money, Miss. Like it's like a more like money paid in a bank, Miss.
It's not, it wouldn't mean money in this case because it's not the noun we want. Withdraw is a verb. So what does deposit as a verb mean? Deposit as a noun means money or the thing that you have deposited. What does the verb deposit?
Miss, it means like the verb. It would be like to set down, Miss.
To
Like
set down? It means to put in.
oh.
Well, yes, it can mean to set down in terms of when we're thinking of landforms and things like that. But how do we know that we're looking for the opposite of withdraw and not the synonym of withdraw?
Miss, because
What gives us the clue there?
Miss, it says right here, an agreement is to discord, Miss. And Miss, unless the opposite of agreement is discord, Miss. Discord means discord. I would say that it means
Chaos.
yes, Miss. Like disagreement.
Disagreement. Okay.
Miss,
All right.
disagreement
So,
between two people.
yeah. So basically, we have to first establish the relationship between the two that are given because they could give us synonyms and then they would want the synonym for withdraw, right? So we have to first look at the two words that were given and establish how are they related. And then we decide the relationship between the one given and the other one that we need to find. All right, so let me check the answers. So this deposit is correct, and that's B. Coleman says B, deposit. Let me go up in the chat and call the names. So far, I remember scholars put the number and the letter and the answer. All right, so Chrissy K, B, deposit. Gabby, deposit. Mr. Turtle, Kareem, Melissa, Tajane says deposit. B. All these guys are saying deposit. Nia, Cashmark, Haley. Hi, Haley. Nyla, Mikkel says B. Alexia says B. But Victor says D. Let me see what D is. Lend. No, not lend, Victor. The opposite of withdraw is deposit. Audit says deposit, and then Victor changed his mind. No, Janaya is saying D, lend. Hi, Shamar. All right, so Langa says deposit. And who else? Alexia giving the definition to put something up or to put something in. Langard says to put or set down in a specific place. Audit says to put in money. Lemon also says B, deposit. Gabby is asking where did I get the questions? Or did I make them up? Yes, I made them up like an hour ago, Gabby. That's why I'm telling you is they're fresh out of the oven, brand new. But I think they're probably too easy for you guys because everybody getting the answers. All right, Maceline is coming in, say deposit. Nickel, all right. So we can go on now to number 3. And so who has gone already? Let me see. Let me keep track. So Jer went. John, Amari, it's your turn.
That's not true. Okay, next. Number 3. Conscious is to aware as weird is to. Number 3. Conscious is to aware as weird is to. Miss, what does abnormal mean?
Look and give us a quick definition, will you?
Okay, miss. Deviating from what is normal or usual, typically in a way that is undesirable or worry. Undesirable or worry.
Undesirable or weird. Okay.
Yes, miss.
So your choice then would be
Miss, I would pick. Miss, I would pick alien. Miss, I would pick normal, miss, or abnormal.
first of all, what is the relationship between conscious and aware?
Miss, conscious means it's like you already know something. Miss, wait, you're aware of it. I'm not saying this in the right meaning, miss.
What is the relationship? What is the relationship between conscious
Miss, they're
and
similar.
aware?
Miss, they're
They are
similar
similar.
because
So
both of
they are
them.
similar, right? So they are synonyms. So we want something that's a synonym to weird, not something that's opposite to weird. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So then, what would be a synonym for weird?
Miss, I would
What
say. Miss, I would say abnormal.
abnormal? Okay. So let me see what others. I think for this question, conscious is the aware as weird. The best one, yeah, I would say the best one here would be abnormal,
Yes, Miss, I also agree.
right? And okay, so that's what Everybody in the chat is saying as well. Abnormal. Chrissy K, Nia, Gabby, Cashmark, Nyla, Kareem, Maceline, Alisa, Langot, Zoe, Melissa, Audit, Janaya, Hi Dinsmar, long time. All right, so Nyla, as usual, giving us a definition for abnormal, deviating from what is normal or usual, typically in a way that is undesirable or worrying. Okay, so we're going with abnormal for this one. To be different don't necessarily mean that you are weird. Shalicia, number 4.
Okay, Miss. Number 4. Enemy is to foe as friend is to dash. Number 4. Enemy is to foe as friend is to dash. A. Villain. B. Convict. C. Ally. D. Warrior. A. Villain. B. Convict. C. Ally. Or D. Warrior.
All right, while you're thinking about that, Shalicia, Antoine, can you check your mic for me?
Can you hear me, miss?
Yes, I'm hearing you now, Antoine.
Yes, I
Okay,
think
miss.
it's Ally.
Yes,
What
miss.
would you say for this one, Shalicia?
Miss, I think I said it. Miss, I think it's Ally. Ally.
What is an ally?
I say ally.
Miss, someone who's your enemy or
Someone who is your enemy is your ally?
no?
Are you sure?
Actually, no.
Can you give us a quick definition for ally?
Miss Ally is someone you work alongside with.
Okay. So the relationship between enemy and foe is of what nature? Are they the same, different, opposites? Enemy
Miss,
and
they're,
foe,
Miss, they're the same.
they're the same. So we want something that's similar to friend. Okay, so Shelley says saying ally is someone you work closely with. So an ally would be a friend. And the relationship between enemy and foe means an enemy is a foe. So they're similar. Antoine, please read.
Okay, miss. For items 5 to 8, identify the option that does not belong to the group. A. Broke. B. Repaired. C. Damaged. And D. Destroyed. 5. A. Broke. B. Repaired. C. Damaged. And D. Destroyed. Miss, I say B. Repaired.
When you give your answer, you can go straight ahead and tell me why.
Okay, miss. I say B. Repaired because all of the other words are synonyms while repair is the opposite of it. So repair means to fix, broke, damage and destroy means to like dismantle or take apart.
Okay, that's correct, Antoine. So repaired would be the odd one out. John,
Okay, miss. Number 6. 8 hours, B mine, C yours, D us. Number 6. 8 hours, B mine, C yours, D us. Miss, I would say mine. Me mine.
because
It's because all the rest miss, they're cap on nouns.
they're what?
Miss, miss, I'm not sure if all of them are proper nouns.
Proper nouns.
Oh, wait, Miss, you know what I mean? Like for example, they, you, she, he.
I know what you mean, but you're not saying what you should be saying.
Yes,
uh, does anyone else want to try to explain this one? What's the which one is the odd one out here? So John, you were saying all of them are plural except mine, but
Mine.
yours can be singular, you know, John, as well as plural.
Miss, I was saying if they're proper nouns. I was asking.
They're not nouns at all. They're not nouns. They are pronouns,
Yes.
Yes, Miss.
but they are different. But one is a different type of pronoun
Yes, Miss.
than the others. They're all pronouns. All right, so who wants to? So it's not a case of being. All right, so Alexia is saying the others are plural while mine is singular. But remember, we're saying yours. I can say if I'm talking to you, I can be talking to one person, you, as well as I can be talking to several persons and still refer to them as you. So you, yours can be singular or plural. So how are we going to sort out this one? Most persons are saying mine. Cashmark says yours is different. Gabby says mine is different. And then Cashmark is saying us. Cashmark, you need to make up your mind. Jonathan says mine. Langot mine. Nia mine. Madison says mine. Mikhail says ours is different. I would really love if you students would tell me also why. I know it's kind of tedious to be typing out your reasons, but if you're not in studio where you can be talking with me, then you're going to have to do me the favor of typing out just very quickly what your reason is. Melissa says us is different. Why, Melissa? Why would us be different? Hi, Zach. Chrissy K says mine, Nyla mine. So Alexia, so we have the others are plural, but you're not telling me which one is singular though, Alexia. Mr. Turtle says mine. Tajane says be mine. So we have already established it's not the singular plural thing for this one. Arlene says mine. Zoe says mine. Am I the one who is saying the wrong thing because everybody is saying
Miss, I said
oh, Shamar. Hold on. Shamar, you almost got it. You almost got it, Shamar. You're on the right track. But you chose the wrong one. Shamar says mine because it belongs to something, while the others are talking about ownership. You're on the right track, but you chose the wrong pronoun, Shamar. Hi, Chin Chin. Who else now? Kareem says they are possessive pronouns. I remember that in class today. But Kareem, you're not telling me which one is not. The others are possessive pronouns. They show ownership, but one of them does not. Lemon says D, us, Janaya, mine. And Lemon says he chose us because ours, mine, yours are possessive pronouns. That's absolutely correct, Lemon. So Lemon is the one who got it right. So far, us is the one that's different. So your, ours, mine, yours, they are possessive pronouns. They show ownership. All right, so Nia is coming in now to say us. Gabby is saying us. They show ownership, but us is just well, we could say a regular object pronoun, just referring to myself and others. So D is the one that's odd. Rochelle is saying B. And Nia says us because it doesn't show ownership. Right. So that one was a little tough for most persons. So ours, mine, yours, they show ownership. They are possessive pronouns. Us is an object pronoun. Whose question was that one? It was John's. So Amari, this is yours.
Okay, miss. Find the pronoun. Number 7. A. Accept. B. Reject. C. Eject. D. Expel. Number 7. A. Accept. B. Reject. C. Eject. D. Expel. Miss, my answer. Miss, my answer would be A. Accept, miss. Miss, I say that because Miss reject is Miss is like you're saying no to something, and Miss eject. Miss is like when you're in a car and then it leads to a bad thing. Wait,
Is that what eject means? When you're in a car and it leads to a bad thing? Amari?
Miss. Wait, no, Miss. Eject means to push something.
You can be ejected from a car, but what if you're ejected from a car, what's happening to you?
Miss, you get pushed out.
You get
And you
thrown
fly.
from the
Miss, you
car.
fly out. You fly out.
Yes, you get thrown from the car. So
Yes.
to eject means to throw something out.
Yes, miss. And expel, miss. Miss is yes, miss. It's like to like you're getting kicked from a school, miss. For example.
Okay.
Yes,
All
miss.
right. So
But
basically,
accept,
you're saying the last three indicate something being thrown out, tossed out, not accepted, and
and
so
while
that's the
A means accepted.
opposite of accept, right? All
Yes,
right. So that's correct, Amari. That's correct. For number 7, it is accept. You know, the scholars are still not writing the numbers. Why are my scholars being stubborn? Some of them, not all. Chrissy K says number 7 is A, accept, because reject, eject, and expel all mean when you don't accept. All right. Mr. Turtle says number 7 is A. And then we have some stubborn persons who are there telling me which number, you know. So Gabby says 7D, expel. No, Gabby, that's wrong. Expel. Tajane says A, accept. Cash mark A, accept. Nia is saying she's overjoyed. She's not telling us why. Kareem, accept. Audit, accept. Melissa, Gabby, Janaya, Lindell, Nia. Is this the same Gabby or another Gabby? Rochelle, Nyla. And Cashmark says the others, B, C, and D, are getting you or someone's or something out. That's correct. Arlene says accept. Zoe says accept. And Lemon says reject, eject, expel is to like push away, while accept means to take. Cashmark says accept is to get added or taken. Nia says accept equals consent to receive or undertake. All right, so thank you, Lemon, for reminding them. Lemon is saying, guys, remember to write the number and not confuse the teacher. Lemon is trying to protect his teacher from confusion. right? So thank you for that, Lemon. They're trying to confuse me. That's what they're trying to do. So let me circle this one. So it's accept for number 7. Jer, are you still with us?
Yes, miss.
Can you read number 8, please?
Number 8. A carried, B blamed, C went, D hastened. Number 8. A carried, B blamed, C went, D hastened.
All right. Which one is the odd one out for number 8?
Miss, is it blame?
Because
Because carried, went, and hastened. You're going somewhere, miss. You're moving. You're moving from your location. You're going somewhere. So you would carry. If you're moving, you would carry an item. If you go somewhere and you're talking in the past, let's say you went there, and you hasten to go somewhere, miss. So blame would be the odd one.
I see what you're saying, Jer, and you actually do have a point, and you actually are correct in your selection, but that wasn't the reason. Can you think of another reason why blame would be the odd one out?
Oh, miss, the past tense. The past tense. It
Yeah,
is
that's
the
the
other.
lines I was thinking along. I did not, I was not thinking about the fact that, yes, if you are carrying and then went and hastened, they do indicate movement, yes, going somewhere, they do. But I did not see that. So my intention here was to show that for blame, it is in the present tense, others are in the past tense. All right, Jerry, thank you for that. And we're going back to Shalicia now. Go ahead, Shalicia.
Number 9. The postman dashed to open the gate when the dog started
Hold on,
barking.
please. Shalicia,
Number 9.
Shalicia, read the instruction.
Okay, miss. For items 9 to 12, select the most appropriate word to complete each sentence. For items 9 to 12, select the most appropriate word to complete each sentence. Number 9. The postman dashed to open the gate when the dog started barking. Number 9. The postman dashed to open the gate when the dog started barking. A. Determined. B. Neglected. C. Hesitated. D. Switched. A. Determined. B. Neglected. C. Hesitated. D. Switched. Miss, I'd say C. Hesitated.
Why would you say that?
Miss,
What does it mean to hesitate?
it's like you want to do something, but then you don't want to do it. You're going to do something, but then you don't want to do it.
And why would he
Because
hesitate? What's the context clue?
the dog started barking.
All right. So what would be his what's the link in that? The dog started barking. Why would that cause him to hesitate?
This because maybe he was scared to go in. I'm just saying.
Okay, so he would possibly be afraid of being bitten. You know, postmen generally they go around and sometimes they have to enter the premises to deliver the parcel or the letter or whatever. So he heard the dogs barking and so he hesitated because he didn't want to be bitten. So that would be C, hesitated. Cashmark says hesitated. Jonathan, Mr. Turtle, Melissa, Lemon. Some person still not putting the number, right, Mr. Turtle? All right. Tajane, Audit, Lindell, Keana, Janaya, Gabby, Nia, Nyla, Rochelle, Right. So all those scholars said hesitated. C. And Lemon says maybe he was scared that the dog would bite him. Right. So that's the context clue. So the context clue would be something from the sentence or from the passage that gives us a clue as to why someone would do something or say something. Antoine, number 10.
Okay, miss. Louis came to the dash that he would abandon the house after he found about the termite infestation. A. Decided. B. Realized. C. Discussion. D. And decision. Question 10. Louis came to the dash that he would abandon the house after he found out about the termite infestation. A. Decided. B. Realized. C. Discussion. D. Decision. Miss, I say A. Decided.
Read the sentence with the word decided in it.
Okay, miss. No, not decided, miss. Not decided. It's decision.
Okay. Read the
Louis.
sentence with the word decision.
Okay, miss. Louis came to the decision that he would abandon the house after he found about the termite infestation.
All right. So Antoine is saying decision, not decided. Right. And those are close, but we can't say he came to the decided, right? So it has to be he came to the decision. And Shalicia is agreeing that it's D, decision. Let me see who else is saying decision. So Chrissy K, Arlene, Mr. Turtle, Cashmark, Lemon, Tajane. Decision is C, not D, Lemon. Those who are saying D, oh, sorry, Lemon is C's discussion, not decision. Tajane, C is discussion. Some of you are mixing up the two words for C and D. So decision is at D. Nia, Gabby is saying realize. Gabby, we can't say Louis came to the realize. We can't, that would be incorrect grammatically. He came to the realization. All right. Lindell also says decision, audit, Kiana, and Jonathan. What doesn't make sense, Gabby? You need to say who you're responding to. Janaya, Shamar. Right. So Lemon is saying we can't say realize, it would have to be realization for it to be correct. So the answer is D, came to the decision. John, number 11. John,
Okay. Yes, please.
Miss,
Mr. Mike wasn't on. No, sorry.
11.
Number 11. Sorry. Number 11. The, the only reason why Alison always gets such special treatment in class is that she's the teacher's dad. Number 11 reason. The only reason why Alison always gets such special treatment in class is that she's the teacher's dad. A favorite, B petty, C helpful, D classy. A favorite, B petty, C helpful, D classy. Miss, I would say favorite. Miss, because Miss says the only reason why Alison always gets such special treatment in class. Miss, it'd be because she's the favorite. Because It's because she's the teacher's favorite student.
And what's context clue that tells you that it will be favorite?
Such special treatment in classes that she's the teacher's.
Right. Okay. So the favorite would get special treatment.
Yes.
Right. Kiana, can you hear me?
Okay.
Kiana, welcome. Kiana, hello.
Yes.
She's not. Hold on. Are you hearing me, Kiana?
Hello.
Good evening.
Yes.
All right. So for number 11, so we're saying favorite is the correct one for number 11. And Jonathan says A, favorite. Gabby also. Nyla. Kiana. Nia. Zoe. Shamar. Audit. Mikkel. Janice. Rochelle. Janaya. Lindell is saying, I can't see the screen, it's not clear. I'm sorry about that, Lindell, but I don't think there's anything. The students in studio, are you seeing the screen clearly? All right. So for those who are not seeing it clearly, let me apologize. Here in the studio, it's clear. Kiana, can you read question 12 for me, please?
Okay, Miss. Jennifer was too young to dash the responsibility
Hold
of
on,
taking.
Kiana. There's someone in your background who is making a lot of noise. Could you ask them to quiet down while you read for me? When you're ready, you can go ahead. Go ahead now, Kiana. All right, so Kiana is saying she's having some issues in the background there. Jer, go ahead and read question 12 for me, please.
Jennifer was too young to dash the responsibility of taking care of her younger siblings after their parents died. A. Comply. B. Deny. C. Shoulder. D. Take. 12. Jennifer was too young to dash the responsibility of taking care of her younger siblings after her parents died. A. Comply. B. Deny. C. Shoulder. D. Take. Miss, I
Uh,
say D. Take.
okay, so why do you say take
Miss,
for
I
number?
say take because when you say, if you say comply, that wouldn't fit with the flow of the sentence, miss. With other words, with all the other three words, miss, that wouldn't fit the fit with the sentence, miss, and it wouldn't flow. So if I put comply, comply wouldn't make any sense, miss.
What does comply mean?
To agree, miss.
That's what comply means? Well, it can.
When
All
you
right, so to
comply,
agree or to do what you are asked to do.
yes. If you did or deny, you're declining something. You're saying no to it.
Okay. So it would be contradictory to say that she was too young to deny it, then. That's what you're saying. But if you're saying the others don't flow, so are you saying she was too young to take the responsibility. You're saying that flows?
Yes, miss.
All right, let me see what the other scholars are saying. So Chris's case says take. So does Rochelle. Nyla says take. Alethea, Tajani, Kareem, Audit, Gabby, Jonathan, Lindell says B, deny. All the others are saying take so far. Nikel says take, Nia says take, Shalicia says shoulder, Antoine says take, Chrissy K says comply means to obey, yes. Lemon says D, take, Arlene, take, Lindell, take, Alethea, take. Would you guys believe that take is not the right one? Take is not the right one. Shalicia, tell me why you say shoulder.
Miss, I said shoulder because I think it goes better with the sentence itself.
Why does it go better? What do you mean by it goes better?
Miss, usually I will use take if it says take on, but it says the responsibility, so I'd pick shoulder.
Right. So for take, it can't just be take. You could say to take on the responsibility or even to take up the responsibility, but not to take the responsibility. Shoulder there as a verb, shoulder as a verb means to take up and carry the thing, or to stand up to something and take it on, to shoulder the responsibility would mean you present yourself and you say, I will do this. So that's what we mean. So it's actually a fairly common phrase. I'm surprised that more of you weren't aware of this phrase, to shoulder responsibility. Shoulder the responsibility. So shoulder is not just a noun, it can be used as a verb. When it is used as a verb, it indicates just what you use your shoulder for. You use it to carry heavy things usually, right? Or to brace up something, you use it for strength. So to shoulder the responsibility means you're presenting yourself to say, I will carry these responsibilities, I will do what I'm supposed to do. Jennifer, unfortunately, was too young to do that. So Shalicia is correct, and the answer is shoulder. And Shelly says, actually, your question coming up now. So you can go ahead and read this one.
Okay, Miss. For items 13 to 18, select the word that is a necessary component of the word in bold type. For items 13 to 18, select the word that is a necessary component of the word in bold type. Number 13, area. Number 13, area. A, length and volume. B, width and height. C, length and height. D, length and width. A, length and volume. B, width and height. C, length and height, or D, length and width. Miss, I'd say D, length and width, because area, how to get area, you multiply length times width.
Okay. At least the area of a square or rectangle. So from the options given, we're choosing length and width. Of course, you can find the area of objects that don't necessarily have a and width per se. For example, a circle. However, given these options, then we have to choose length and width, because for the rectangle and the square, at least the area, we need the length and the width. Certainly the other options we'll have to eliminate. Height indicates 3 dimensions and volume is 3 dimensions. So the answer is D. Antoine, number 14.
Okay,
One is a necessary component.
trapezium. A, one parallel side. B, four right angles. C, two parallel sides. And D, two acute angles. Question 14. Trapezium. A, one parallel side. B, four right angles. C, two parallel sides. And D, two acute angles.
What must we have in order for us to have a trapezium? Which one of those options?
Miss, I say D, two acute angles.
Yes, Antoine is saying two acute angles. Anybody else? Tajane says C, two parallel sides. Mr. Turtle says D. Jer is saying C, two parallel sides. All right. Anybody else for this one? I noticed only 4 responses for this one. So a trapezium, let me see. So the trapezium would look something like that. We have two right angles. Two right angles. We have one acute angle and one obtuse angle. And these two sides must be parallel. So it's not just one parallel side, it's two parallel sides. Not 4 right angles like the rectangle or the square. 2 right angles, one obtuse angle, one acute angle. John, number 15.
Can you hear me, miss?
Yes, John.
Okay. Number 15. Parents. A sister, B brother, C friend, D child. Number 15. Parents. A sister, B brother, C friend, D child. Miss, I would say D child. Miss, because a parent doesn't need a sister or brother to make a child. Or a friend.
You're saying a parent doesn't need a sister or brother to make a child? That's not what we need to know. What has to happen for the parent to be a parent?
Miss, they
That's
have
what you
to have
should
a
say.
baby. Miss, they have to have a
Right,
baby.
right. So that's what defines a parent, having a child. All right, so that is correct. And that one also is unanimous over in the chat. So all my scholars know that. Except for, hold on, who is saying friend? All right, Jessica says friend. Gabby says friend. Does a parent have to have a friend to be a parent? That's what we're saying, you know. If we're saying which thing is a necessary component, that means you need that thing in order for it to be what it is. Are you saying a parent can't be a parent without a friend? I can be a parent and not have any friends, but I can't be a parent without having a child, whether biological or otherwise. So child is the correct answer. So Chrissy K says, Lindell says child, Nyla, Nia, Deandra, Mr. Turtle, Kareem, Lemon, Gabby says friend, Tajane says child, Zoe child, Jessica says friend, Mr. Turtle says the parent needs a child to be a parent. That's so true. So Audit says child. Chrissy K says miss, not everyone agrees. Right. We're always going to find persons who disagree, but logic prevails. Yes, I read out the ones who said friend, Chrissy K. Not everybody said child. Shemar says D. And Lemon says the only way friend would be the answer if it's as said the odd one out. Right. And Chrissy K is thinking maybe they were thinking odd one out. So we're asking for the necessary component. What must it have in order to be what it is? What must a parent have in order to be a parent? And that is child. Whose question was that? I lost track. Whose question was that one?
Miss, that was John.
So it's Amari's question now. Go ahead, Amari.
Miss, I have a question. Miss, can I look up spectrum?
Read the question first, then you can.
Okay, miss. Number 16. Rainbow. A cloud. B spectrum.
A
A
cloud.
cloud. A cloud. B spectrum. C prism. D pot of gold. A cloud. B spectrum. C prism. D pot of gold.
All right, hurry up and tell us the definition, please, when you find it. Spectrum.
Okay. Okay, miss, spectrum means yes, okay. So spectrum means a band of colors as seen in a rainbow, produced by separation of the components of light by their different degrees of retraction according to wavelength. Miss, I would
All right.
say, Miss, I would say spectrum is. Miss, I say that, Miss, you don't need a pot of gold. Miss, you don't need a prism.
Do you know the saying that there's a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow?
Yes, miss. Yes, miss, but miss, that's not. I read it.
So how dare you say that you don't need a
Miss,
pot
there's
of gold
no
at the
pot of
rainbow?
gold, miss.
But that's what I know, that there's a pot
Yes,
of
miss,
gold at the
but
end of
but
the
you won't.
rainbow.
Yes, miss, but you
Miss
won't
Tia
need
should
a
say
pot
it.
of gold. Miss, it's at
Uh-huh.
the end of the rainbow, but you won't need it.
But what's a rainbow without the pot of gold there at the end?
Miss, it's just a rainbow, miss. It's a regular rainbow.
And a regular pot of gold at the end of it. So how you
No,
must
miss.
separate?
Miss, you don't need a pot of gold, miss. Miss,
I,
if it was a pot of gold, miss, no, miss, there would be no rainbows now, miss, because people would have gone hunting for it and take all the gold for themselves.
People have gone hunting for the pot of gold.
Miss, exactly. Miss, you don't need a. I thought, miss, when I was 5, miss, that's what I thought, and I was driving around in St. I was driving around in St.
Mm-hmm.
Miss, I saw a rainbow. And it's like, are we going to go to the rainbow? We're going to the rainbow. And then I reached my destination. Rainbow was so far away, and there's no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Yes, miss, but you don't need a
But
pot of gold,
the
miss.
fact that you didn't find it, John, doesn't mean it's not there.
Miss, yes, miss, but you don't need a pot of gold, miss. Miss, the spectrum is what creates the rainbow, miss.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yes,
All right,
yes,
so two persons are giving us definitions similar to the one that Amari just read. Chrissy K says spectrum.
miss.
Hold on a minute, please. Spectrum, a band of colors as seen in a rainbow produced by separation of the components of light by their different degrees of refraction according to wavelength. That's what you just read, Amari, right?
Yes, miss.
Yes, and Kiana is also giving that very same definition. So let me see all those who said, so spectrum is what? B. And Amari said spectrum, and he is correct. I'm just pulling your legs, Amari and John. Don't go chasing the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Leave it all for me.
Miss,
So
miss,
for number
miss,
16,
miss,
uh-huh.
miss, there was this guy in a video. Miss, they believe that if there's a rainbow, the end of the rainbow would lead to many treasure. Missy tried going. Missy's very rich. He tried going in a jet, miss, and then when the rainbow stopped on a cloud, Missy did not see anything, miss, and then miss, when he got out of his plane, miss, he thought that he could land on the cloud, miss, and then he went through. But miss, the guy, miss, his manager told him not to do that, miss. And then miss, the manager secretly put a trampoline so he wouldn't die.
Okay. One of these days,
So
one of these days, I'm gonna go on a quest to find a pot of gold.
Miss, there's
All
no
right.
pot of
So number 16. Hold on
apply.
a bit. Hold on a bit, Amari. Number 16. So Nyla says prism. We can use a prism to create the spectrum, but it's not the we don't need it for the rainbow. It's one instrument we can use to show the spectrum, but we don't absolutely need the prism. Uh, Kareem says spectrum, which is correct. So does Mr. Turtle, and then Kiana, Tajane, Audit, Zoe, and of course Chrissy K and Kiana gave the definition for us. Nia says spectrum, Gabby, Lemon, Lindell, and Nia also gave the definition. Mr. Turtle gone on to number 17 and we don't reach it yet. So Nyla says spectrum because spectrum describes the rainbow of color in visible light. All right. So let's go on now to the next question, which belongs to Jer. Number 17, Jer.
Okay, miss. Number 17. Archipelago. A. Continents. B. Mountains. C. Islands. D. Cliffs. 17. Archipelago. A. Continents. B. Mountains. C. Islands. D. Cliffs. Miss, is it C. Islands?
Because,
Miss, our archipelago is a group of islands, miss.
all right. So in order for it to be an archipelago, it has to have either a chain of islands or a group of islands. All right, so plain and simple, that's correct. Antoine says 17 is C. Hold on, did I just see Shelly say you had said pot of gold for 16? So Shalicia and I will one day set off on a quest to find that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and when we do, we're going to keep that treasure all to ourselves. I don't want any of you to come to us asking for any because you have declared that there is no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So Antoine says we're greedy. All right, so by definition, an archipelago is a chain or group of islands. So islands would be the necessary component. So that's C, islands. Kareem says islands. Chrissy K want me to take her with me. Of course, Chrissy K, you can come. All who want to come can come. All right. Zoe says islands. Shamar says, oh, that's for 16. Hi, Adina. You're late, but you're welcome. Mr. Turtle, Sea Island, Tajani Island, Nia, Audit, Gabby. Right. So Tajani says an archipelago is a chain of islands. Chrissy K, you can come with us. Definitely. And Lemon says he's coming too, or she. I'm not sure if I'm speaking with a male or female. Lemon, you'd have to let me know. And Lindell also says islands. So, okay, so John and Amari are coming. So you guys change your mouth. You change your mouth now.
No, Miss, I came. Miss, I'm going to come just to prove to you that
Oh,
it's not
just
me.
for the adventure. Okay, so you're just coming to prove us wrong.
Then, Miss, I'm going to prove to the world that it's not real.
Okay,
It's not
all right.
2,647,000. Miss, I have an idea. Miss, if I'm right, you can pay me $25,000.
Just
And
what?
Miss, wait, no. Miss, if I'm wrong, you can give me 2 chocolates.
Okay. All right. So Coleman says he's coming along as well. Kiana says she's going off to get some sleep now because she needs her full night's rest. All right, so let's hurry and finish these last 3 for those PEP students who need to go and get their rest for tomorrow. All right, so Shalicia, number 18, and then we just have 2 more questions.
Okay, Miss. Number 18, fish. Number 18, fish. A scales, B gills, C bones. Wait. A scales, B. What's wrong with this thing?
Go ahead.
Miss something. Okay, I see it now. 18 fish. A scales, B gills, C bones, D C. A scales, B gills, C bones, D C. Miss, I C because fish live in the sea. Really. That's
So
what
you're
I
saying
really
all fish need the sea?
actually no. No,
Okay.
Miss gills.
Okay, and what are gills?
They say like how we breathe through our like nose or nose. That's what fish breathe through their gills.
All right, so all fish need gills. That's how they breathe. All right, so my pep scholars are taking their leave. They're going to get their well-deserved and well-needed rest. All right, we have 2 questions to go. Antoine, go ahead, please. Not hearing you again, Antoine. What happened? Check your mic for
Oh,
me.
Miss, my mic was muted.
All right, go ahead now.
For items 19 to 20, identify what comes next in the sequence. Sun, lettuce, caterpillar, dash, snake. A, dog. B, cat. C, sparrow. And D, mongoose. For items 19 to 20, identify what comes next in the sequence. 19. Sun, lettuce, caterpillar, dash, snake. A, dog. B, cat. C, sparrow. And D, mongoose. Miss, I would say sparrow because all of those is like a food chain. The
Okay. All right, so the energy is moving up the food chain. So what is consuming the caterpillar, you're saying?
Yes, Miss. The sparrow is going to
All
consume the
right.
caterpillar,
What's a
then the
sparrow?
snake. A sparrow is a type of bird.
Okay, that's correct, Antoine. So the sparrow will eat the caterpillar, and then what will eat the sparrow?
Miss.
Hmm? So the lettuce needs the sun in order to produce it. It's a plant. Caterpillar eats lettuce. Sparrow eats the caterpillar. Snake eats the sparrow. So John, you have the honor of the last question.
Yes, I get to do it. Finally, my time has come. Number 20.
Go ahead,
LL.
John.
Yes, miss?
Go ahead.
Okay. Number 20. LLEEAA dash NN. APP BGG Number 20. LLEEAA dash NN. APP BGG You wanna go, you can go. Which are coming?
Mm-hmm.
Five. Okay. Five. Three. Okay. This is very confusing. Uh,
Anybody else want to chip in for this one? For number 20? Mr. Turtle, why are you saying C is the answer?
Miss.
Explain yourself, please.
Okay.
Yes, John?
Miss answer would be G. Miss answer would be Gigi.
Mrs. Uh, I say C.
I don't know. Okay.
Why,
Mr. What?
Antoine?
Miss, because when you put together the letters, they will spell the word learn.
Okay. And that's also what who was saying that? Let me go back.
Mr.
Mr.
Turtle,
Turtle.
Miss.
Turtle was saying when we double the letters in the word learn, LEA, so R is the missing one. So we're doubling the letters in the word learn. So the missing letter is R. Now we double it up. LEARN. All right, so the PEP scholars are on their way to bed. And I'm wishing them all the very, 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 very best. I know you will do excellently because I see how you have been doing in the
Just
all
like
of
I
these
did.
practice papers that we've been doing, right, guys? You see how they're
Yes,
just
ma'am.
blaze the answers sometime before I even reach a question, them have the answer.
Miss.
So
Okay. Miss.
tomorrow, you guys can come back tomorrow and let me know how the exam was, how you feel about what
Miss.
what the
Miss.
questions
Miss. I
had to
want.
offer.
Miss.
Yes,
Even
John?
though. Miss. Even though I'm not going to the exam today. Miss. I'm
Right.
also gonna tomorrow. I'm also gonna come. Miss, you can't
True,
come.
you can come and we chat. You
Yeah.
can
Miss,
come
could
and
I
we
come
have a
as well?
meeting.
Miss, could I come as well?
Huh?
I'm in high school. Could I come?
You mean come to the class in the evening? That's what you mean? This class in the evening you're talking?
What class were
You
you
mean
at?
come to the PEP exam, John? You're crazy? They're not going
No,
to let
Miss.
you in.
No, Miss.
What
I'm
you
not going.
asking about?
Miss is talking about when they're going to talk about how the exam went.
Of course, he can come to the class tomorrow evening and talk and
And Miss.
listen to what they're saying. Yes,
Miss also.
definitely.
They write it better than me.
Not only the PEP students can come tomorrow, we can all drop by and listen and encourage, right? And remember, I said we can play a few songs. Can play some music to celebrate the
Oh,
end
miss,
of the
people.
PEP
Oh, miss.
activities. Mhm.
People are saying I'm unfair for the 2 chocolates. Miss, I have a better idea.
And 25,000. Unfair. Scam.
No, well, if I win, miss, I get the
Say
third.
more
I
unfair.
get 25,000, miss. If I win, I get
Mhm.
25,000, miss. And miss,
Mhm.
if you win, I get 2 chocolates, 2 snowmints, and 10,000
25,000 what?
Dollars.
dollars.
The expensive, my guy.
$25,000.
Yes, miss. And if I win, and if
I
you
thought
win,
you meant 25,000 grains of sand.
miss,
That's
that's
why I
true.
agreed to it. I didn't know you were talking about dollars.
Miss, he's greedy.
I'm
That's what I
not
would
greedy.
say. He's
Miss,
greedy.
wait a minute. Let's make it fair.
No,
If you win,
me.
No,
I'm
no,
saying,
no,
I'm
wait,
saying,
no, wait, no, wait, no,
miss,
wait, no, wait,
miss,
no.
if you win, Amari here has to give you $25,000.
I don't have money.
If you,
Mhm.
miss, if Amari wins, you have to give him 25,000.
Wait,
That's
no,
the deal.
wait, no,
I'm
miss,
gone.
miss, that's
That
not the
sounds
deal.
fair.
What about? Wait, no,
That
miss,
sounds fair.
miss. I have something way more fair, way more fair.
Mhm.
Miss, what about if I lose, you give me 2 chocolates, 2 snowmints.
If you lose, I give you
Yes,
chocolate.
miss. Miss, I don't like chocolate. That would be a punishment.
Oh my goodness, Amari.
But miss, you're going to. But miss, if you have
If
change
you
left over with the
lose,
chocolate,
so if you
miss,
lose, I'm to give you something that I like,
no, miss, something that I don't like. Miss, I don't like chocolate. But
which I
hold on,
like.
here's the
So
twist,
I
miss.
must lose something when you lose. Hold on.
Miss, I don't know. But miss, hold on. There's another thing. When you if
Amari, I'll tell you what. Think about it for tonight, and tomorrow you tell me your next best plan.
okay, miss, I'm gonna have the best plan. I'm
All
gonna
right.
sleep on it.
So thank you guys. We will not be having the CSEC math class tonight because of the lateness and all of that. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? Take care. Jer, goodbye. Get some rest. All right, guys, here's the schedule of classes. Hello, CSEC math students. I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now, another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now, in this series, we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC Math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything. Make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello scholars. Did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand.